There we go. There's a couple more people coming on board. Excellent. There's Julie. Excellent. All right, Melissa, good morning. Good morning to you. Good to see you. And we got Julie coming up on board as well. Good morning, Miss Julie. Nice to see you on board. Folks, for those of you that are watching live or recorded, my name is Alan from Vancouver. I am the head trainer for Toned at 50 since 2018, and I've had the great, fortunate experience to help transform this young-looking lady to my left of my screen. Might be your right, mine's my left.
Hello.
Yeah, all these 3 days have just solely been about transforming. It's solely been about using principles instead of just techniques themselves, which you can actually find on Google. But what we're sharing with you, because it's such a condensed amount of time, like it's 4.5 hours, right? We're taking 10 years of our lives, 10 years of mine, and 3 years of Helen's, and condensing it into this 4.5 hour time block, which is like, to me, it's like trying to take, this has been the biggest challenge for us, is taking a university level training and condensing it to an hour and a half a day. Like it's something. Hi, Cindy, nice to see you.
Hi,
Welcome aboard. Yeah. Still love that background. Look at that.
I like that body too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it kind of looks like yours, to be honest.
She's so happy. Like, look at her face. Oh my goodness.
Love it.
And she said some questions that we can maybe perhaps answer here for her as well.
Sure. So let's recap real quick before we start, okay? So ladies, today is supposed to be about working out, simplistic movements of working out, to help you get going, to help you get started, to help you really start to take off in terms of your own fitness achievements. And of course, there's challenges, of course, there's uncertainties. And we're just here to remind you that we're always here. Like, this call is our last day, but there's so many other avenues and ways you can reach out to us that after this call, we want you to know that if you got questions, you can ask us. Today, we're gonna start, like Helen said, covering some of that Q&A, but today's not the only day, okay? So always know that whenever you need us, just reach out. We have live groups. We've got training groups all over the internet, Facebook being some of the most popular spots. So just know that you can always come and talk to us whenever you need, all right? So going back to, before we carry on for the rest of the show, we also have, Kathleen's on board. Hi, Kathleen, nice to see you.
Let's give everyone a few minutes.
Yeah, you know what? It's Sunday. I said that, right? It's Sunday. Yeah. We are so happy to have all of you come and join us. Like, we value your time. We respect your time. Of all the things you could be doing on a Sunday morning, afternoon, evening for some of you, of all the things you chose to come and spend some time with us. And we really appreciate you for that. So we're here to make sure we deliver. And the way we're going to start off to deliver today is to cover some of the questions that we had from yesterday's talk. So, Helen,
yes,
I believe that you had some of those questions somewhere on there that you wanted to ask me so I could throw it out to the group.
Yes, no, thank you so much for taking this time to answer the questions.
Of course.
It is important that the lady have clarity of what we give them so they can start making some movement fast. And some of the ladies are already starting their what's it called? My Fitness POW program.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Cindy. Yeah, that's good. Thoughts are just there, but when you are all taking action, that's important. That's the first step to succeed. So the question that yesterday that one of the ladies here have the exact macro, the protein for their body type. Yesterday we probably perhaps went over a little bit too quick. Some of the stuff are quite new for the ladies, especially when we focus in the past. Me too. I have to learn everything on the spot, right? So if you can just maybe perhaps clarify in terms of ectomorph. I think majority of the ladies are ectomorph for the intake of protein. What's the exact portion, I think, of that they need. So if you can do that, would be great for the ladies. Was that? I think that was it. That was
Cool.
that was the question.
Cool.
And then also, what since we're here, in terms of calories, like the portion according to the calories are going to the weight to get that exact amount.
Cool. All right. So let's start with the first one. Okay. I'm going to start with the first one, which is all about. We should eat protein as a standard. Sorry, I just looked over it. And I'm looking at the chat box. I'm like, oh, there's some questions right there. Very cool. Okay, so let's recap on yesterday's talk about the macros. And ladies, thank you so much for asking that. To tell you up front, when I first heard about this, I was like, what? The macro what? Because there's macronutrients, there's micronutrients. You have to know the grams for each. You got to know the milligrams for each. I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel like a rocket scientist over here. Like it can be definitely pretty confusing stuff, right? So today we're going to do the simplified version that still works. It works very well. And it works in terms of getting your body to start showing results. Please make a note as well that as you progress, the more defined your body gets, the more defined your macros have to become. Okay? The more defined that your body gets, the more defined your macros have to become. However, we're not talking about making major macro changes here. We're just talking about progress, right? We're just talking about being able to wake up next week, next month, and the month after that, and looking at your body and saying, oh my God, I can see the change. This is kind of nice. I'm starting to look leaner, toner, more sexy. I may not be where Helen is now, but I can certainly see that I'm on my way there because this is happening to my body, right? So that in that context, we can keep it a little more generic and a little more comfortable to play with the numbers. Now, please make a note of this, everybody, if you don't have this already, okay? The easiest way to look at this is in order to follow your best macros to get the best results. We believe, and we've tested, that when it comes to protein, carbs, and good fats, all you need is, number one, whatever your weight is, make it the same in grams. So weight equals grams in protein. And this is about protein. Now, why is that important? We said yesterday that when it comes to building muscle, the only nutrient in the world, in your body, the only thing that your body responds to build lean muscle is protein. That's it. So vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin K, fiber, fat, all of that other stuff contributes to the function of protein getting into your body, into your muscles, right? But protein itself is the building block of more muscle or less. So let's say a female is 120 pounds. That means they would take down an average of 120 grams of protein a day. If you're 150 pounds, you have 150. If you're 200 pounds, you aim for 200. Now, do you do that forever? No, of course not. This is during the transformation process. So as discussed from yesterday, what we're aiming for is to take a 90-day window, right? So you want to take that 90-day window and you want to test that to make sure that after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you already start to see the progressions happen in your body. Now, real quick, sometimes people go, well, does that mean I have to wait 3 months? No. Does that mean I have to wait a month? In many cases, no. If for a short period of time, you're willing to be strict to yourself, strict is probably not even the right word. If you're willing to be laser focused with your decision to go after that goal, you can start to see the progression of improvement happen much faster. Because like anything, like how many of you guys are here are Tony Robbins fans? Tony Robbins. I know Cindy is. Hell yeah. Can't miss that one. You only get that from a Tony Robbins event. I love that. So Cindy and Helen and myself, and I'm sure many of you know one of Tony's famous sayings, right? If you want to get any kind of result, the first thing you've got to do is develop the habit of massive action. He calls it massive action. What we talk about is having laser focused routines. And being laser focused literally just allows you to take 6 months and produce results in a month. 3 years of hard work can be condensed into a year or less. Why? Because we don't want to wait for our results. You know, it's almost like why have your amazing body 5 years from now when you can have it in a year or less, right? The next 5 years is going to come no matter what. The question is, where are you going to be in your fitness results, in your body transformation when that 5-year mark comes around, right? So, equal portion for weight for grams. Now, there are some flexibilities here. There are some flexibilities because the next question usually, if no one's thought it yet, although I know many of you probably have, is, well, Alan, that's a lot of protein. Oh my God, I can't have that much protein. Isn't that too much protein? What if I die from protein? Oh boy. I'm being a little exaggerative here, but you know, that question might pop up, who knows? So let me clarify real quick. If you have a medical condition of some type, do not do any of this until you talk to your doctor. Okay, if you have any uncertainties about this, go talk to a medical professional, go talk to a healthcare professional, go talk to a sports doctor. Please do not take this as medical advice because it's not. This is literally the experiences of a trainer, a trainee, and a handful of people who we've really helped develop, and we've tested all sorts of different equations. This is our own personal stuff. So it's not stuff that we posted out there in some journal and be like, okay, this is what applies to everybody. No. This is what applies to our circle. And this is what we're sharing with you because we've had a lot of success with this in our own circles, okay? Going on about that, the next question is usually like, well, what if I don't hit it? What if I'm 150 pounds, meaning you're telling me that I have to have 150 grams of protein? What if I don't get the 150 in the day? Okay, that's okay. You know why that's okay? Because what we found is that most people, not everybody, but most of the people that we meet are usually, like if they're supposed to take 150 a day, they're usually consuming anywhere from 30 to maybe 60 grams. Meaning that the average person is usually taking half of what their body actually needs to transform. Half. What? You know what happens when you have half of something? A whole lot of nothing. Like a whole lot. What I mean by that is that, you know, sometimes people will be like, well, what if I only have half the amount? Will I get even half the result? No, because the body, please make a note of this, ladies. The body requires a certain percentage of protein being fed into the system in order for the metabolism to stay high. And when I'm talking about metabolism, I'm simply talking about that part where you're living, you're breathing, and you're burning fat. You're living, you're breathing, you're burning fat, okay? There are people in the world who sit at their computers and work all day and still burn more body fat sitting than what some people do walking all day. No joke. Helen is a prime example of that. Since starting Toned at 50 in the past, give or take 12 months, since the pandemic, really, because all we could really do was sit in front of our computers for the longest time. You know, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you can relate, right? We had to figure out, okay, Helen, you're the face here at Toned at 50. So you're allowed to, I mean, if it was possible, you're allowed to grow taller, but you're not allowed to grow wider. You can't do it. You can't do it. Not allowed. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Toned at 50. Tone, think about that name. She's like, oh yeah, we got to figure this out. And it was a challenge because, hey, look, when the pandemic started, ladies, let me ask you something. Did you start to notice that eating just became a little more consistent when the pandemic started than before? For most of us, yeah. Did you notice that on the first round of the lockdown for whatever part of your city, your country, your province, your state, did you notice that people were gaining weight, generally speaking? Yeah. Did you notice that some people that gain weight, some of them maybe managed to lose it after a period of time? Some people, yeah. Did you notice that some people didn't lose the weight, but instead either maintained the extra 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds they gained, or they even gained more weight? I still have some friends now that when I look at them, I feel like I'm looking at two of them. I'm not trying to be rude. They've got some challenges right now, and I respect that. Hey, let me tell you up front, when the first pandemic came around, like the first lockdown during the pandemic, I gained 20 pounds. And Helen saw me and she was like, you know, Alan, if you keep gaining weight, you're going to have to walk sideways to get through the door. And I don't think that's all going to be of muscle. Well, damn you, woman. But it was so true. Did I like that? Hell no. Did I have to get rid of it? Hell yeah, you better believe I did, for sure. And I had to figure out, okay, so what's going on with my metabolism? With Helen, she actually gained a little bit too. Not much, it was about 5 pounds. But 5 pounds at 5'3" and a half, had to throw that in there. Okay, yeah, please don't murder me. If I don't say the half, she gives me those eyes like, you didn't say the half. I'm sorry, please stay back. Don't be mad at me. At 5'3", when you're at that height and you gain 5 pounds of weight, visually, that looks like the equivalent of me at 5'9". Well, I'm like 5'8", 3. Let's just say 5'5". It makes me feel better, okay? 5'9", at 5'9", and if I gain 15 to 20 pounds, like you can see it on her. Her face gets a little bit bigger, her legs get a little bit bigger, not exponentially, but enough that you can tell something's different about it. So then the question became, okay, we can't go to the gym. We can barely meet up to work out. Here in Vancouver, we were restricted to, where could we go? How could we meet people? We can't. We were getting in trouble. The cops were going around giving tickets to people if they were together and they weren't from the same household. Like, come on, like we're not taking that risk. It was like $180, $250, went to $300. At one point, it was like $2,000 apparently. I never got that ticket, thank God. But apparently people were getting those kind of bills if they were spending time together. So we're like, okay, we have a new challenge. You can't gain weight. You have to stay toned. How do we do it? I'm making this long because I'm trying to really pinpoint the fact that the reason why this young looking lady over here sustains her young, lean looking, youthful image and body is because she learned to follow this to a T. And on days that she doesn't, she's learned to make up for it so her body doesn't start to slow down the metabolism, so her body doesn't end up having that weight gain problem, right? Like, I don't even know, I think Helen worked out, what was it, 45 minutes yesterday at home on Zoom? Yeah, with Agnes, right? You did that one session with Agnes, right? That was it. And because our client is new to the training, for Helen, for her, because she experienced this stuff, it was like a warm-up. So she pretty much did a 45-minute warm-up, and she's still toned. Now, I'm saying that because as you understand these equations, that is your future. I believe that your power, your ability to transform, to have control over the way you look and feel will come from the applied knowledge of knowing, okay, the more protein I have in my body, the more that I've got something in my system to fight off the excess fat. And that's really key, okay? Now, if you can't hit your numbers, your macros, here's the next portion. Well, how do I do it, Alan? One of our clients said, I can't do it because it feels like too much food. Here's the goal. If this is the starting point, and here's the end point. Everybody believes when you go after a challenge, like, I'm going to aim for that goal and I'm going to hit it. Everyone mentally believes it's like this. Eureka! Success! Is that really what happens? Hell no. I don't care if you're trying to get a 6-pack or if you're trying to buy a 6-pack of beer at the store and you've got no money. There's going to be a challenge no matter what it is, right? It doesn't matter. Rewards always have their challenges. So here's our belief. Here's what we've learned to adopt. If you have this goal of hitting 100%, but you're like, oh God, that's ugly. Jeez. You know what? You don't got to tell me it's ugly. I say it's ugly. I can barely read that. Let me rewrite that, okay? Real quick. I told you I was a magnificent drawer. So, if this is the goal and we want to hit 100% of this goal, there you go. That looks fun. Expect this, okay? Expect this. It goes like this, and it goes, oh crap, I screwed up. And then we start to do it again. Oh crap, I screwed up again. And I'm gonna get my macros, but I didn't. I got my macros. Damn it, I did it again. You know what? That's good. If you look at Helen, let me draw out for you what Helen's looks like. It was a lot of this. And what does this represent? All the challenges that she had to undergo and then come out on top. The depressing moments of not hitting her goals and then having to step up again. The challenge of being uncertain if it's going to work and then pushing through and then noticing the successes. The small successes along the way is what led her to realize, if I just keep going, I'm going to do something today that most people think is impossible to do. So how does that relate to you? It relates to you in the protein or in the carb or in the fat or in the macros equation, in the sense it's like, look, if you can't have, let's say you're supposed to have 150 grams. If you're like, oh my God, I'm so full, 75 grams, oh my God. Okay, good, start there. And then do it again tomorrow. And then in a couple of days, if you can have 80 grams and it's comfortable, do that. Oh, but you don't understand, Helen. You don't understand, it's not 150 grams. That was what Helen used to do to me before. Oh my God, I don't understand. Like, it's a process, it's cool. It's cool. And hey, I'm being super exaggerative here, but it's to stress a really important point. Do you like my microphone? After yesterday's talk, Alan, your audio sucks. I'm like, oh God. Okay, ladies, let me help you out a little bit here. Okay, I got this for you, ladies. I got this for all of you because I care and I need you to hear my voice. Make a note, okay? Frustration is your key to overcoming your biggest challenges. Frustration is your key. Like, not maybe, not, oh no, I can't have what I want because I'm frustrated. No. That's the roadway to having success in anything, especially when it comes to fitness. But here's the thing, we were never taught that growing up. Like my dad, okay, real quick, my dad was an ex-army guy. So everything was like, 10-4, yes sir, blah, blah, blah. Just do what I say, boy. Okay, Dad, no problem. Like, he was tough. And in his mind, it was, you do it once, you do a good job, you do it right, and then you don't have to do it again. Yeah. You like my little voice here? It actually hurts me to do that. But I'm trying to stress a point. And the point is that some people have this mindset that if it's not perfect, then it's not meant for me. Have you ever thought or heard that before? Oh, maybe you shouldn't do it, it's too hard. Or you know what, why do you keep trying? You're not even, it doesn't even look like you're getting results. Like, well, why? Well, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, save your money, save your time, save your stress, go do something else. The truth is, and I got this from Tony Robbins, so I'm sure a lot of you can relate. He said, when somebody goes, I don't know, or I'm confused, he said, that's when most people quit, but that's the magic moment. Because here's why. If our goal is to get from here to here, in this case, eating your macros and feeling stuck because you're too full, you can't have enough, you feel like you're not doing it right, something's going wrong, la 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 la. He said, if the goal is to get from here to here and you're stuck here, if you quit, that's it. It's over. But if you tell yourself, I'm frustrated, I'm super frustrated, but I'm going to figure this out. I'm not hitting my goal, but I'm going to inch my way there. Guess what actually starts to happen? He said that your brain, our brains, and you know this already, so I'm not telling you anything new, okay, ladies? Our brain, I don't know how to draw a brain. I don't know how to draw a brain. This looks like, what the hell does that look like? It looks like, I don't know what the hell that looks like. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Okay, so if this is somebody's brain that looks like a really bad mashed potato, he said when you're frustrated, it's because if your goal is to get from one end to the other, your brain doesn't know how to do it because it's never had that before. I mean, how are you really supposed to know how to do something effectively if you've never had that experience before? We know what to do from things we've done, sure, because we've had experience. But if you're going from, you know, feeling where you are to fabulous, but you've never had fabulous before, how are you really supposed to know that? Tony Robbins says, you're not supposed to know. You're not. But you're supposed to accept the frustration, because as you sit there and go, okay, I'm committed to this, I'll figure it out. I'm frustrated as hell, but I'll figure it out. He goes, the neurons in your brain, everything that we do has a neuron connection, right? So if you got a bunch of neurons here and a bunch over here, they're connected to help you act and figure things out in a new way. But if you're getting a new result and you're feeling the frustration, the brain doesn't stay there. It's actually part of the process of developing new neuron connections in the brain, so you end up getting the result that you want. It's literally a new biochemical connection in the brain. But to get that new connection, so you have the results, so you can eat your proper macros, so you can do your proper workouts, so you can incorporate it into your life, the roadway is temporary frustration. That's crazy. It's crazy for me, because believe it or not, folks, I did not learn that until I was like 30. Because nobody ever told me. I was raised in an environment. Maybe you can relate. Were you raised in environments where everyone told you, or people that you looked up to told you, you got to do it right. Maybe do it right the first time, or you got to do it perfect. Or if you did something like, you know, let's say you went to school, you brought home 90%, and somebody around you said, what happened to the 10%? And you're like, oh God, I'm not perfect. I screwed this one up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying that because that kind of mindset carries into our adult life. And if you've never heard this before, allow me to be the first to share with you and remind you that your frustration is your key. As long as you know what numbers to go after, inch your way up there, no matter how challenging it is. Okay? Whew. Had to get that one out. So let me get through the rest of it. If you're a 120-pound individual, that means you're going to have 120 grams of protein, right? It also means that you want to keep the carbohydrates. If you're an endomorph or if you're a mesomorph, ectos are a little different. But to keep this general, I'm going to keep this super general for now, okay? Which will be slightly different from yesterday, because yesterday was more specific. All you got to remember is that protein is king. This should be the most in terms of your intake. Your fats should be, for now, as a baseline, it should be 80% of whatever you're taking in. Okay, good fats, not the saturated stuff that clogs up your heart and arteries, okay? And then the carbs should be low. It should be your lowest, anywhere from 20 to 30%. Which at first, this looks terrifying, because it's like, oh my God, I'm not going to have energy. I'm not going to be full. I'm not going to be, I need carbs. Carbs make me happy, Alan. I need carbs. We all do. That's why you got to have some. But as long as your protein and your fat is high, you won't feel hungry. You will feel more satisfied. It usually takes a couple of days for most people. But once you transition, your body starts feeding off the fat as an energy source. And when this becomes your energy source, you stay happier longer, generally speaking. You have more energy for your workouts. Sleep tends to get better for most people. And the body's ability to show the lean muscles massively improves. And when I say massive, I mean massive. Real quick, folks, we've shown this so many times, but I want you to get a visual example. And this is not new for many of you that have been coming to our programs. But if you haven't been here before, this will be... I'm downtown and it's super noisy here. Sorry, folks. If you've never been to our programs before, then this will be new for you, okay? I'm gonna show you a really nice lady who trained with us just last October of last year up until the beginning. Sorry, give or take, it was about 8 months ago. She hasn't been with us for about 8 months now, but she was one of the first people that we trained here at Tone at 50. So give or take about a year ago, okay? This is Irina. And Irina has now started her own training program because she developed herself incredibly well. Now, Helen, give me a thumbs up if you can see Irina's photo. Yeah? Okay, cool. So Irina came to me and Helen because she said, hey, look, I'm in my mid 40s. I really want to transform my body. I don't fully understand how to do it. She actually said, I'm generally good up top, but the big challenge with her was her glutes. So I'm going to get to that in a second. The reason why I'm showing you Irina is because when we trained her, all we did is we kept her at home. 90% of her workouts were done at home. And there was no fancy equipment, okay? The biggest challenge that she had was, again, her glutes. So her glutes, let me show you a quick before and after. So this is a rough photo. And real quick, folks, ladies, I'm sure you can relate to the fact that not everybody wants to show. Oh, one second. Helen, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Can you please enlarge the photos? They're very small. We cannot see them. They only see us.
Oh, wow. Ladies, if the photo is really small on your screen, let me know. Can you put a thumbs up?
Yeah.
If the photo is taking up your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, one sec. Zoom has been funny lately because I'm having it's like they changed their software or something. One sec. I know. Oh, I get it. Okay, got it. 1 second here. 1 second. All right. So stop the screen share. We'll do it one more time. And there we go. Can you see it now? Is it bigger? Yay! All right. So this is Irina in October of 2019. And it's a blurry photo, I know. But what you don't see in that photo is her backside, her glutes, had a heavy amount of cellulite. The muscle tone was not, there was none. And it bothered her because even though she was getting older, she was in her mid 40s at the time. Her biggest challenge, like Helen, is that she said, hey, you know what? I know I'm in my 40s, but I don't want to look it. I don't want to feel it. You know, there was a part of her that said, I still feel young inside. Ladies, do you ever have that in yourself where you're just like, look, I know I'm whatever age, but I don't feel it. I feel younger. And what she said to us is she said, I want to come to you guys and I don't want to just feel young on the inside. I want to show it. I still want to wear my 2-piece bikinis. I still want my husband, and she's married, I still want my husband to look at me and I still want his jaws to drop. I still want to be that woman that walks down the street and some men that walk by, they got to double take me. I mean, it's not an ego thing, right? Like, I believe that it's very healthy to be proud about ourselves, both on the inside, who we are in terms of our character, in terms of our, the way we treat people, the way we treat ourselves. And I'm sure you can agree, right? But also the way that we look on the outside. I mean, why not? Why not? You know, some people have said, oh, that's so bad. You know, you're just judging. You're just like, you know, you're just comparing yourself. No. This has never been, like, at least for me and for our clients, our members, this has never been about like, oh, I'm better than you or that person. No, screw that. This is about when you walk into a room, you are damn proud of who you are. You're not under emotionally confident. You're not over. You're just right. You're just, when you walk in there, there's a sense of yourself being, of knowing, I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of who I am. And to do that, to be proud of anything, folks, are we proud when people just give us stuff? Or are we proud when we get out there and we earn it? When we earn whatever it is what we want, right? And this is what Irina did for herself. Now, let me switch this over again. I'm just going to show you one more real quick, okay? And then we'll get back to macros and all the other questions that you've got to share, that you want to ask. This is one of the last photos I want to share of Irina. All right. Helen, give me a thumbs up if you can see the next. Okay, good. So this is Irina's glutes. It's still a little bit blurry, but I want you to know that on the left for October, this is how she showed up. And it's a nice photo because she's got a tan and it's great. But what you don't see is that her body fat was actually fairly high. It was fairly high. Like it was about in the mid 20s. She's very lean up top. So what we had to do is we had to structure, like, how are you going to eat and train, not just train, but how are you going to eat that can support your ability to transform? And what you see is her results on the right, which is April. And yes, all of this was done at home. All of this was done on 30 to 45 minutes a day, 3 days a week with me predominantly, Helen as well at times, but me predominantly. And what she did, the thing that she changed, is that she focused on keeping her protein high, her good fats high. And as a result, she not only could work out 45 minutes with me over Zoom, but she still managed to go out for a run. She still managed to do her own additional training because she had so much energy. She also loved going to scuba diving. So she would spend even more time with her husband. It's like a shared passion for them. And they would go and scuba dive together. But guess what? Her carb intake with all that activity, all of it, was not even 50 grams a day. Not. Yeah, some of you guys are like, what are you talking about? No, that's the real deal. And this is the result of what happens when you can discover how efficiently your body burns through good fats and also gives you satisfaction from high levels of protein. It becomes so amazing for your body that the need for carbs, you still gotta have some carbs, come on, right? But it's so minimal that you won't even miss it as long as your protein and your good fats are high, okay? So I hope that answers that portion of macros. And if you have more questions, let me know. But in closing on that part, this is the percentages, okay? That's the percentages, which again, you need to fit this in to the 2 calorie amounts. Does everybody have this down pat? If you don't, please take a screenshot, write it down. I'll take about 10 more seconds. Make sure you got a copy of this, okay? Yeah, all those in favor, say aye. Aye, nice. Okay, taking this out, down. And just remember that if you are sedentary, so on days you don't train, that you don't work out, you want to have an average, and it sounds low, and it is, but as long as your protein and your fats are high, then you'll be good. Anywhere from around 1,200 on the very low to about 1,400, depending on what you're doing that day. And if you're semi-active, you want to be just a little bit above 1,400. So let's say 1,450 to anywhere around 1,800 calories. Now, let me say real quick, as a reminder, if you are 25, if you are 20 years old, this does not apply. If you are on a sports team, this does not apply. If you are going to the gym regularly, like lifting heavy weights, this does not apply. The only time this applies is when you're doing moderate activity and you're on your own and you're doing it for short bursts of time. Like I'm talking like 20-minute activity, 30 minutes, anything under an hour, really. You want to keep the calories low. If you don't have high enough protein and high enough good fats, you're going to feel like a starving Somalian, like super homeless and like, oh my God, Let's go back to 1950s when you had a family of 12 and they were sharing one plate of food. Like that's how it's going to feel. That is how it's going to feel. So don't do it. Don't do it. Make sure that you're able to fit protein and fats that are high enough to help you hit these numbers. But just don't hit these numbers using mostly carbohydrates because you're going to feel hungry all the time. Okay? Okay. I really dug into that. I hope I made that clear. Yeah? Everybody, let me know. Clear? Not clear? Let me unplug Helen here real quick. Helen, go ahead and unmute yourself. All right.
Thank you so much, Ellen.
Of course. Of course.
At the beginning, you share psychology. Just wanted to add to what Ellen said. And also what we learned from Tony Robbins too. Our success comes from 80% psychology and 20% strategy. Strategy you can get anywhere, right? So what I learned about my own journey in this fitness journey is there's no magic pill for anything. All you need is a good positive attitude. What does that mean? Attitude. Everything we wanted to do, everything we wanted to achieve, not just fitness, relationships, a job, you have to go in with a positive attitude. First, be grateful. Second, show appreciation during moments when you're frustrated. And third, not give up and enjoy the process. We here will only guide you. 90% of the work comes from you, right? So, you showing up here is already at the beginning. Whether to take action is all up to you. Some of the tools we give you, you can get them anywhere, right? So I just wanted to thank you for showing up and congratulate you in making the first step. So thank you, Ellen, so much for those amazing positive attitude you show at the beginning. That's what that's what boils down is a good positive attitude. I have to learn that up and down during my journey. It was not easy. It was not easy at all. And
yeah, I believe it.
And
sorry.
And I'm just very thankful that the universe sent him to my life. Very lucky. A great coach got me there. Patient. He's one of the most patient coach I ever had. At
the cost of losing a lot of hair, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Side note, you know why I shaved the side of my head, ladies? Because I saw my parents the other day and they're like, son, what the hell's going on with you? I'm like, what, Dad? Dad, what? It's like, you got more gray than I do. I'm almost 70. I'm like, Dad, shut up. What are you talking about? And he's like, look at the side of your face. I'm like, oh my God. And I got this patch of gray here and they're like, you must be very stressed out, boy. What's going on? No, I'm good, Dad. I'm good. But I say that with respect because you know what? For every challenge, there's always a seed of equivalent or greater opportunity, right? If there's anything I've learned from working with Helen and our other clients, there's always a wall. We always hit a wall. But I am so damn proud of her and everybody else because every time we hit that wall, we'll grumble, we'll get ticked off. And you ever had those days? You get pissed off. Let's just be real, right? You get pissed off. You get down on yourself. You have those moments like, oh my God, the world is just horrible. Oh Jesus, I just want to give up. 5 minutes later, we're like, okay, let's go. Winding time is over. Let's go. There's times where Helen will be like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. What? It's just so hard. And then 24 hours later, Alan, let's go. I'm like, okay. We all go through it.
It's right.
Go through it, right? Yeah. Yes. The beauty of this is that we don't give up. And we know that you don't either. Why? Because you're here. It's Sunday. You should be chilling. You should be watching Netflix and chill. That's the thing to do right now, right? But you're not. You are learning. You are actively growing. You're figuring out in your own mind, how do I use all this stuff and start using it for me today? This is the room of champions being just waiting, to be noticed. No exaggeration. Those are the people, the ones who show up, they're the ones that win. Because all you got to do now is just make this part of your daily activity, right? You're doing exactly what Helen did.
That's so true. What he said, everything he said is so true. Even doing this 3-day challenge, but the first day I was stressed out. I was so hard on myself. Really I almost like, let's not do this anymore. Like, you do it yourself. It was. And this is my challenge. Your challenge is reaching the body that you want, right? So we all has challenges, but as long as you find creative way to conquer your challenge, it could be as small as 5 pounds. Some people's challenge as not able to speak to their family members. Some challenges for other people might be financial problems. So whatever you're going through, the process is the same. What I'm asking you is enjoy the process, come with a positive attitude, all right? So, Ellen?
Yeah. I'm just double checking in with the ladies if there's any other questions that they want us to answer before we carry on. Here, why don't we just open up here real quick? Cindy, go ahead, unmute yourself real fast. You got your camera on. You're always throwing up your hearts and your likes. We love that. Hi, Cindy.
Ellen, thank you so much. I'm sorry that I'm kind of confused. Maybe I'm slow in learning.
No, this is all new for all of us.
Because I'm trying to. When you talk about this endomorph yesterday, I think that there's protein, carb, and fat, and you said 60% protein, 20% carb, and 20% fat. And today there's a new concept. So I'm 120 pounds. You say I'm 120 grams of protein, and then you say that there is 20 to 30% of carb. So does that mean that it's 20% of 120 grams, which is about like 24 grams of carb that I should take? And then you say 80% of fat. Does that mean that I have to take about like 96 grams of fat? So I'm a little bit confused here.
You're right.
I'm very numbers oriented. I'm sorry. I'm like, I cannot figure that out. How should I do it? Thank you so much, because I started what is that called? The PAL? Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, I took more calories than I was supposed to,
You go,
and so I didn't realize that. It was really helpful. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. You know what? Thank you for bringing that up, because as you were thinking of that confusion, how many other ladies here were probably thinking the same thing, right? Like I've noticed when one person thinks it, many of us do.
Thank you for your patience with me.
Trust me, that's not, no. I'm the guy that has to ask the same question to my coaches like 3, 4, 5 times. No joke. So no problem. You ask as many times as you need. I highly doubt there's anyone here that can be and I'm not exaggerating, okay? I actually classify myself as a slow learner. There's 2 different types of learners in the world. There's the ones that learn stuff very quickly, they memorize very quickly, but they also have a tendency to forget it quickly, generally speaking. And then you have a different type where they're very slow, they're methodical. They want to know every nick and cranny about whatever it is you're talking about. They take longer time to learn than most, but the moment they get it, it's stuck in there for a very long time. I am that person. So don't worry about being slow or whatever. We're all in the same boat here. We're on the same team. Let's just do this in terms of hundreds, okay? Let's say you are a 100-pound female. Easily done. That just means you're taking 100 grams of protein a day, but you got to break that up. Not one serving, okay? Your stomach can't take that much. You have to break that up. 20% roughly in terms of your carbs just means that out of 100, 20% is 20, right? 80% of your fats, 80%, that just means you're going to have about 80 grams. Now remember, these numbers can fluctuate. So this is not a be all end all. Well, why isn't it? It's because all of you have different body types. And it's important to know where to start and then track that. Because if you're hitting the right numbers, you're going to start to see things start to transform. More energy goes up. Sleeping better starts to happen. More energy during training starts to happen. Recovery during your training happens faster. All those things. But if it doesn't happen, then you can play with the numbers a little bit, right? This is really about a self-understanding game. I like to call it a game because it makes it fun. And as long as you're patient with yourself, and then you track it with like MyFitnessPal, you'll start to notice that the numbers will really start to represent what's happening in your body. And if you like what's happening in your body, chances are you're liking the numbers. But if you don't like what's happening here, it's very easy to go, okay, MyFitnessPal, let's scroll through the past 7 days. Okay, so I've been a little low with my carbs, or a little bit high, a little bit low on my fats. Okay, so that just means I need to get more fats. My protein's been good. Okay, good. Then the next week, you just test that, right? Very simple to do when you use technology in your favor. So give it a shot, okay, ladies? All right, I hope that made more sense. Awesome, thank you, Cindy. Excellent. All right. So that's it for the macros. One more time, going once, going twice. Anything on macros? No. Okay. We ready to move on to some of the workout stuff? Yeah, workout stuff. All right, workout. Let's do some workout. That's right. Okay. So, real simple. When it comes to working out, ladies, a couple of stigmas I want to break into real fast so everybody's clear. We are not trying to help you become bodybuilders. So you're not trying to get large. You're not trying to get muscles that are like the size of your head. You're not trying to get little shoulders in here that look like bowling balls. None of that, right? We just want you to look beautiful. We want you to feel beautiful. We want you to be able to put on any skirt, blouse, dress, whatever it is that you want, and look at yourself and be like, damn, I look good. Front, side, back, pop, wherever you want to look, right? Make it all look good. Why not? You deserve to. We know you do. So here's how. In the beginning, if you're new to training, all you have to remember is this. No matter what your age, whether you're in your 20s or in your 50s, wherever, everybody needs an average of 5 minutes to do a proper fascia warm-up. I spelled that right. Fascia. Okay. What is fascia? Everybody thinks about muscle. Everybody thinks about let's just go. That is usually the basis of being prone for injuries. And we don't want that, right? What we want is to be able to loosen the body's muscles and that elastic, sticky stuff that's around your entire body that nobody talks about, but it's there. Fascia is the stuff that surrounds your entire body and all your muscles to keep your muscles together, intact, and protected. There's a whole variety of benefits that fascia has. The problem is that most people don't talk about it. So no matter where you're at in terms of your fitness, you got to give yourself a proper 5-minute fascia warm-up. To save time, I'm just going to ask Helen to post some of her very basic warm-ups that we do that are zero impact, they actually look, I'll be honest, they actually look kind of silly. Because the first time we saw it, I was like, that's a warm-up? Like, are you kidding me? But it works so well that even Tony Robbins himself introduced this way of warming up in his UPW training events. So if you've ever taken one of his UPW training events virtually, online, wherever, even the ones in person, he still did the same thing. I went and took it in 2018 when I flew out to Florida. So I saw him live and he was doing it there too. It works incredibly well and it protects your joints. So everybody just make a note. You need to make sure you always incorporate a 5-minute fascia warm up to your routine. Okay. Now, after that comes the next piece. In the beginning, you want to average for yourself no less than 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes, that's it. Now, does that mean you can build your Tone at 50 body on 20 minutes? You can start to. And I say start because to tell somebody who maybe has never hit the gym before or lifted weights or done anything at an athletic level, like athletic as in they live to train, right? To go from there to there, to me, is quite a big jump. We did that for Helen, but that's because she demanded it. She was just one of those really crazy ladies that walked into my club, into my school, just with this like determination that was, I don't know. If you could imagine a small Asian lady that was maybe like Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator cousin, minus the red laser eye and minus like the Schwarzenegger accent, I would be back, like minus all that. If you can imagine what that female would look like coming into a school determined, like that was literally her. I'm being super exaggerative, of course, but there was no messing around with that lady, right? Like that's just who she was. Does everybody come in with that mindset? No. But do you have to have that mindset? No, absolutely not. You just have to learn to graduate yourself a piece at a time. So why 20 minutes? Because 20 minutes a day, you can already start to see improvement. No joke. Why? Because we've already discussed that when you are trying to transform, when you've got 70% of your transformation dependent on how you eat and only 30% on how you train, then it means that this is the portion where you can do very little, but also helps you get maximum results. It's the icing that goes on top of the cake, right? So if we're talking about 20 minutes, well, 20 minutes of what? Like, okay, I can do anything for 20 minutes, Alan, but what are you referring to? Everybody, please make this note. Make this note. Whatever you're going to do, aim to do in movements, and I'll explain that in a second, of 100. Usually when I write that, most people go, 100? 100 of what? It's not that tough. Here's an example. Ladies, which sounds tougher to you? Doing something in amounts of 100 or in amounts of 2? Most people would probably say, well, 100 sounds like a lot more to do, right? Right. Now, if I said to you, the thing you've got to do is, and you choose, you're either going to, as an exercise routine, you're either going to push 100 Tonka toys. There's a Tonka toy, push it. There's a Tonka toy, push it. From one end of the room to the other. Okay, that's the 100. Or you have to push 2 cars in your garage from one end of the garage to the other, but you only got to move it twice. Which one sounds more challenging now? Probably the 2, right? I'm saying that because every time we hear about the numbers and we hear high numbers, we usually think, oh my God, this is gonna be super difficult. I can't believe you're asking me to do this. Here's what we discovered. 100 of anything done with lightweight or moderate movement can be done in 3 minutes. I know this because I've been testing it for years. I still do the 100 method routine myself. I get my students to do it. And as long as it's something that's very light, 100 is amazing. It's fast, it's simple, it's done quickly. So 100 could be anything. 100 crunches. It could be 100 very short, like half push-ups. It could be 100 quarter squats. It could be 100 skip ropes. It could be 100 circulations if you're on a bicycle, if you're on like a treadmill, if it's 100 steps on a treadmill. Why 100? Because in order for you to start to see body fat burn, your heart rate, now we're going to talk about heart rate real quick, has to be between 120 beats per minute to as much as 150 beats per minute. Everybody please make that note. Now this is super important because of all the things, like they're all important really, but why is this so important, Alan? It's because this answers one of the biggest challenges that most people have. Here's an example. Alan, Helen, team, I have been training for 6 months, 4 months, 8 months. I've been doing everything you've told me to do, plus everywhere else. Like I've gone to other gyms, I've gone to other programs, I've had other trainers. I usually stick around for 6, 7, 8, 9 months, sometimes a whole year, and I don't see results. I see a little bit, but not much. Why? And then you go, let's talk contrast. Oh, Helen's working out 45 minutes. She's working out 35 minutes. She's working out 5, 6 days a week, but very short. Why? I don't get it. Is she just special or something? Like what's going on? How come she's able to sustain herself so well? It's because when Helen's working with me, the movements I ask her to do, I vary the intensity to make sure she's hitting at least 120 beats per minute on fluctuations within that 20 to 30 to 40 minute span. The 100 reps that she does, I don't make her do 100 like straight up. We break it up. So it might be 20 squats here, 20 push-ups there, 20 crunches here, 20 leg lifts there. And then we'll repeat that until she's got 100 of each. You can do whatever movement you want. And guess what? YouTube is full. It's full of workouts. Helen's got tons. Lots of ladies out there have tons. So does it really matter what kind of workout you do? In the equation of trying to get slimmer and leaner, the answer is no. You can pretty much choose whatever the heck you want to do, whatever fits for you, really. As long as you follow this guideline. Like let's say, for example, you're working out for an hour. Let's say a whole hour, you're at home, you're lifting weights, you're doing some crunches, you're doing some squats. And after an hour, you're like, oh, I barely broke a sweat. Guess what? You, my friend, have managed to build some incredible muscle. However, that incredible muscle, let's say this is the frame of your body right here. That incredible muscle will still be covered with a very thick or thin, depending on where you're starting, body frame of fat. Which means that, will you be able to see that lean muscle you built? No. Is it in there? Yeah, absolutely, for sure, it'll be in there. If you start performing better in your workouts, you're gonna notice, hey, this 100 thing isn't so hard after a couple of weeks. Hey, I can do more than 100. Hey, I can do longer times. But will you actually be able to see that progress? No. Now, ladies, let me say this with respect, okay? But with full clarity. If you are here to just feel better, to perform better, if you're here for a particular sport, if you're here because you've got 2, 3, 4, 11 kids and you got to carry 2 on each arm plus 1 on your back, and you still got to feel good about it by 9 p.m. because you still got to make dinner and you still got to keep your husband happy, the kids happy, and then you got to go do something else. Hey, cool. You don't need all this stuff. You can just go do any fitness program that you want, follow the macros that we just discussed, so you always have high energy and faster recoveries, and you'll be good. However, if you are talking about looking at yourself naked in the mirror and seeing the 25-year-old version of you, maybe better, the 35-year-old ideal athlete that looks like you, but it's you. If you're here because it's a dream for you and you're like, oh my God, I've got to make this real for me in my life. I don't want to, Alan, I don't want to just feel it. That's important. Yeah. But I got to see it. Like, I want to see it. I want to see my glutes. I don't like what Helen used to say. Alan, I don't want to see my bum go like this. I'm like, what is that, Helen? What are you doing? What's going on with those hands, Helen? My bum it just keeps, it's like, do you know what I mean? I don't quite get what you're saying, but I kind of have an idea. It just keeps, it's like gravity is like doing this thing to my body and my leg and my bum. They're like this. I'm like, you mean like you can't see the difference, but the separation between it? She's like, no, I can't see it. It's like this I'm like, turkey drumstick? Like a turkey drumstick? She's like, yeah, it's like a turkey drumstick. I don't want a turkey drumstick anymore. I'm done. I'm done with having I put on my nicest dress and all I see back there is turkey drumstick. And it's not even a nice turkey drumstick. It's a flat one. I'm like, really? You have a flat? I'm trying to imagine, what does a flat turkey drumstick? Okay, you know what? This is giving me a headache. Okay, cool. No problem. So you want to fix that? Yeah. I want okay, super exaggerative. I do that a lot, right? But I gotta tell you, our beginning days were highly entertaining. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Oh my goodness. Look, I'm a guy, okay? So I don't know what goes on back there for you ladies. I don't know. I can't make this stuff up. Like, this is the real deal. So for her to go from that beginning standpoint to where she is now, when you're looking at that equation, this is predominantly it. Yes, in different variations, different machines, sometimes body weight. But the print, remember I talked about principle? The principle behind all of that is during workout time, she has an intense average of 20 minutes that keeps her heart rate between 120 to 150. And to make sure that she's on point, she has to aim for 100 reps. And if she gets tired, 15, 20 reps. Oh, I'm so tired. 5 seconds. All right, Helen, ready? Go. Does it again. Oh, okay, 10 reps. Okay, so we're at 35 reps, no problem. Take a break. Ready? Go. And then we keep doing that until she hits 100. And when she's done, she's like, ooh, I'm sore. But it's a good sore. Then after a few days, a couple of weeks, she's like, ooh, starting to look good too. These reps are really starting to make it worth their while. And that's exactly what's going to happen for you. Cindy says, how much weight do you recommend to use? Good question. Oh, this is when you got a thinker in the house. Yes, good. Ladies, whenever you're okay, so everybody YouTube this, okay? Well, unless you're driving, I see Gita is driving. Gita, do not do YouTube. Please keep your eyes on the road. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. I don't want you to die. No dying, okay? Watch that road. Good. Everybody else, if you are safely in a position where you can check your computer or phone, all I want you to do is type in best body weight routines. Best body weight routines. Everybody take 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds. Pull up any video that shows up there. Anyone that looks like something you would want to watch. And all I want you to remember is, if you're new to this kind, to training in general, even if you're not actually, because this is what Helen does now, those types of routines are the only thing you need to start with. Your body weight alone can already start to transcend your performance, your image, the way you look and feel. And if you look at a lot of major athletes, a lot of them do incorporate weight training for sure, but a lot of them also do body weight training. Why? Because we're not just trying to build beautiful looking muscles. Using your own body weight as the starter, as the foundational point, allows you to build functional, beautiful muscles as well. You know what the saddest thing is when somebody looks so good. Okay, let me talk to the guy here real quick. Okay, just really, really quick. Is when a guy's like got big shoulders, big chest, big arms, strong, 6-pack abs, boom. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. And then all of a sudden he has to go and pick up something. It's like, oh, my back. Oh my God, I gotta pull my back. Oh my God, I pull my back. That happens a lot, right? We don't want you to just look amazing. We don't even want you to just feel amazing. Is that part of the equation? Yes, of course. But is that all? Hell no. Hell no. If you got kids, babies, we want you to be able to hang on to your kid and not get that cramped arm. I've heard that so many times. Alan, when my kid gets a little older, I need to see you. Why? I've been holding my kid on this arm for so long. I got this bicep now, and my left one looks like a little wet noodle. Really? Didn't know that was possible. Yeah, it's because I favor my right all the time. We don't want you to have that. If you want to go and do a workout and then play with the kids after, fine. If you got a 12-hour day at work and it's a little laborious, you should have the ability to go work that and still have energy to do what you want after. Fine. If you do something where, let's say your car, knock on wood, let's say your car breaks down and there's no one there to help you push it, you should have an ability to at least Get it going a little. Push it off to the side. If no one's there to help you, fine. If you've got luggage that's heavy, instead of just pulling it and be like, oh my God, my back, you should be able to pull it, throw it on that rail or whatever that thing is called. Fine. If you got groceries, you know, that's super common. Heavy groceries, they turn, oh my God, they pull their back. Those should be gone. We want you to not only look and feel strong, we want you to live strong. We want you to live very capable, and you know what, you deserve to. And the way to do that, ladies, is to build that beautiful muscle. Start with your body weight, start to see the results because you're eating according to how your body needs to function with the proper macros, and to be able to use those beautiful muscles where you can really get to live, like really get to live. You know, Helen competes now with a lot of my 20-year-olds. She wipes them. It's embarrassing for them. But I would have never thought that a 52-year-old woman could step into my self-defense class, into my kickboxing class, into my general fitness class, and put some of those 20, 25-year-old men, young men, to shame. Like, you can see the shame on their faces. I've got some of them on my YouTube and I'm like, I gotta take this down. This is embarrassing for them. But like literally there she's like just doing her thing. And I got this one kid on the side. He's new, so I give him that credit, but he's like 3 months in. And you know what? He's sitting there like this. He's watching Helen like it's a slow tennis match. He's like, he does this a couple of times. Then he looks at me. I look at him like, dude, you gotta get up. He looks at me like, and then he watches Helen again. And then he watches Helen some more. Then he looks at me. I look at him. He looks at me. He looks at Helen. He looks at me. And he does this. Oh. It's like this look of defeat. And I'm not trying to knock the guy, okay? I'm not. What I'm trying to say is that we never thought this kind of stuff was possible. But when you see Helen do it, and then you see Irina do it, and then you see Melissa do it. Folks, we're going to give you some access to some stuff here later in a bit. You see Melissa's home workouts? Melissa, is she still here? She's still here. She's in the group right now. Melissa, amazing lady. Takes the stuff that, you want to talk about somebody that takes our stuff and just goes with it? She took everything that we've ever shared in these trainings, applied it to herself. There's a before and after of her. I gotta dig this up. And you'll be like, what the hell? Where's Melissa? Melissa, get your butt over here. Get your little lean. Look. Ladies, you gotta see this lady for a couple of minutes here. Yeah, unmute yourself. Melissa, oh, look at that. Boom, look at that. Oh, you broke my screen. You broke my screen, woman. Jesus. My God, you gotta warn me when you do that kind of stuff. Jeez. Hey, do me a favor. Take 2 or 3 minutes. Can you just...
I'm trying to take Helen's spot. Helen, sorry.
You're trying to take Helen's spot. Oh my God. This is Melissa. Melissa started with us last April, okay? She's on the other side of Canada. We're here in Vancouver on the West Coast. She's in Toronto on the East Coast.
Thank you, Melissa.
We don't get to meet up. We don't get to work out face to face. We don't even get to work out at the same time. What we do is we give her our techniques, our tools, our ideas, our methods. She runs with it. Melissa, do me a favor. She doesn't know that I was going to ask her to do this, so this is not scripted. Okay, so if it seems a little off, folks, this is real. We're keeping it real today. Okay, always. Melissa, do me a favor. Just share with them a little bit about where were you when you first started, and where are you now in terms of your own fitness progress, and just how any of this stuff has helped you along the way.
I think you better show my picture before and after. Like Alan was saying from the beginning, 12 pounds on me is like 50 pounds on somebody that's big, because I'm tiny. I'm only 5 feet and 100 pounds. And all of a sudden, I gained 12 pounds. I almost break down and I was just like, oh, what am I gonna do? I was like, literally almost went into depression. And then I'm just struggling of like, oh, how am I supposed to start it? And then I started to doing an hour of exercise, just a regular little exercise. And then about a month later, and then I came across Helen. I was like, oh, okay, I want to be like her. And then within an hour, I contact Helen. It was like, Helen, it was really late here. even though I didn't care. I was like, I have to talk to her. How did she do it? And then I connect with Helen, and then later on, Helen introduced me to Alan. And then a month later, I was starting out in March, and April, I met with Alan, and Alan was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I only want to lose my weight. That's all I want to do. I don't care. So, and then Alan was asking, what am I doing? I just said, just a regular exercise. And he said, okay, try to put in cardio, like maybe 10 minutes every morning. I was like, what, cardio? I hate treadmill. Huh? In the morning. It's like, oh, it was torture. But it helps. It helps. Everything that he told me, I just follow. I was like, I don't care. I have to follow everything. Whatever he teach today, that's what I've been doing. I take everything, program everything in my head. I have to do this. But at the time that I did it, I did not pay attention to my macro, no nothing, because I said it's not possible, because our Asian food, no way I can measure all that calories and stuff. Nope. I even told Helen, I said, impossible. But I managed to lose my weight in about 90 days, because 90 days, yeah. Exactly 90 days, I managed to lose my weight. And then I let go because I'm so happy. I lost my weight, I'm in a good shape. And then I went off because it was summer. From June to August, I was only go out and take pictures and playing. And then in October, that's when lockdown again. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm ready to go more. I don't want to just lose weight. I want to be toned. I want to look good. I want to be in the long term. I don't want to go back to gain weight again. So I decided, and then I created a challenge for myself. This is my 10th week. So actually my 11th week. I start to stop everything what I was eating before. I changed everything. And I focus on whatever Alan was saying about the protein, the fat, the carbs. The first 4 weeks was right away, within a week, I see the big difference. And then I was like, wow, this is magic. I love it. Because every week I see improvement. I forgot to say, when I first started out, my fat rate was about 30 something percentage.
Right.
Okay. And then when I start out 10 weeks ago, my fat rate was about 20 something. And now my fat rate is 18%.
18%. Oh my God, that deserves a round of applause. Come on. 18% are female. And how old are you, Melissa? How old are you?
53. But no, I'm not.
But 33? Yes, I heard 33. 33. That's right, folks. Make a note. 33.
I don't feel my age.
No, clearly not.
Flip it around, 35.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? Your numbers and your photos prove it. And while you were talking, I took the time to pull it up. So folks, let me just show you real quick what Melissa did, just so you have an idea for yourself. Okay, and this is all about being able to develop progress. It's not a comparison, like she did it, but I don't know if I can. Like, this is literally, I think everybody here, we can all safely say, we all started from that place of doubt, major doubt. I was the first one to have massive doubt because I was round everywhere. My middle name was round, like it was bad. But I didn't got my bad photos to show you, that I'm a little hesitant to show you, but I promised that I would. But man, oh man, like Helen used to say that I looked like one of those Hawaiian Somalians, just like really big, like, you know, and I was. But before we show that, let's show Melissa's real quick. I got this photo that Melissa was kind enough to send my way. Now this is a little later into her training, okay? On the right is pre-training. So I don't think we met yet around that time. We didn't meet till about April. Right?
That's the 12-pound gains right there.
Right.
That picture I never showed to any of my friends.
Right. Until lately, because now, I mean, this is July. You even outdone this,
yeah.
Right? Like this is just you, like in mid transformation. And
but my percentage still very high at that time.
Sorry, I had to laugh. Like, really? I think anybody would be like, woman, you are in your mind. Like, what? Okay, so July, so this is your after. What do you think your body fat percentage was about here?
I think it was high 20s.
High 20s. And
Yeah.
in February of 2020, February 26, what do you think your body fat percentage was then?
High 30s.
High 30s. So it's about a 10% difference, right?
Yeah.
Ladies, make a note. If you've ever wondered, well, you know, I've only lost 1%, 2%. I'm only down 10%, like 10. Hey, this is what a 10% difference looks like.
Yeah.
This is why we focus so much on the body fat percentage and the muscle percentage. Notice that we rarely ever talk about weight.
Right.
Weight doesn't tell us much. Like somebody, like what Helen showed yesterday, you've got two versions of two women that are 120 pounds, give or take. But the look on them is astonishingly different. Why? It's because one has much higher muscle, while the other one has much higher body fat, right? Melissa was also so kind to share her stats. So I'm just going to change real quick here so you can see it. Melissa, would you mind if I just showed them your early stats? Yeah? Because I think it would be super helpful for them to see it. Yeah, she was super like on point. So this was.
I was telling Alan from the beginning, when each week I only lost a pound. I was like, Alan, I only lost 1 pound. He was like, what? 1 pound a week? That's a lot. Let me show you what pound looks like. I was like, huh? Because I thought, it's only 1 pound. How long is it going to take me? Right. And you know what? That's so funny that you say that, because ladies, look at this. If you look at her weight, and that's such a good point to bring up, her day 1, April 29th, she clocked herself in at current body weight 105 pounds, right? That's over here at the top. If you look on the right-hand side, by week 5, day 35, she's clocked in her weight at 103 pounds, right? After drinking water, 106, 103. But I mean, look at that. If you look at those numbers alone, would that tell you, oh, success? Or would that tell you, it's okay? If you look at just those numbers, most people would say, yeah, it's okay, right? But then if you look at just that next column below, current body fat, start day, day 1, average was 26.5%. When you look on the right, by day 35, body fat percentage, 21.7 to 21.8. That is a 5% drop. No special equipment, no $1 million trainers, right? This isn't Hollywood type of stuff. She does all of her workouts at home because of COVID. And with home training and just knowing how to put your macros together, it's a 5% drop in just 35 days. Now, we're talking numbers here. Most people go, okay, well, visually, how does that even look? Like, what does 5% look like? Well, let me show you. Let me show you what 1% looks like, okay? The average person loses 1% body fat, depending on your weight, is anywhere from a pound to 2 pounds of body fat, and it's anywhere in between. Here's the comparison, okay? Ladies, look at this. Here is my fist. Here is my head. Notice that my fist is much smaller than my head. I have a big head. However, this is 1 pound of body fat. 1 pound, my fist. In 35 days, Melissa, you amazingly lost an average of 5 of these. Ladies, if you lost 5 of these, say again, Melissa. Yeah, that's the one that motivated me so much that when I told Alan, only 1 pound, come on. And then he showed me that. I was like, what are you talking about? This is 1 pound. I was like, oh, okay, I'll get it.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. And most people don't know that. They go, oh, I'm only losing 1 pound a week, 1 pound a month. Hey, if you just at worst, let's just say at worst, let's just say that you lost 1 of these a month. And I'm telling you, you're going to lose a lot more than that, okay? Let's just say it was 1 of these a month. So slow. What are you going to look like with 12 of these gone from your body? We haven't even talked about how amazing you look when you start replacing that with lean, Melissa type, Helen type muscles coming out of your body. Come on. We're just talking about the loss of these. That is huge. And that is what makes the difference between, like when you saw Melissa's photo of her beginning stage to where she was in July, all it was the reduction of these by balancing out her macros based on her current body type. I know I never told you this, Melissa, but you were doing those hundreds. There's no way you weren't. Like even when you were doing we used to do like these little like 45-minute sessions together for a short period of time. She was doing these, folks, not straight, periodically, do 20, then short break, do 30, short break, do 10, short break. Let me ask you something. If 53, that looks 35-year-old Melissa, and 52-year-old, that actually looks 30-year-old Helen, can follow these types of steps to lose these kinds of pounds, to create these kinds of results at home, what can you do with your body in the next 30, 60, 90 days? How much younger can you help yourself look? How much more energy might you end up having? Even outside of this, it was really sweet. Helen took the time to message me one day. She said, "Hey, I can't talk to you right now. I'm at the gym." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. That's normal." She's at the gym. She said, I'm at the gym with my son and my daughter." I'm like, "Really?" I'm feeling that kind of intrigued. I'm like, "You're at the gym? What? I didn't know they go to the gym with you." She's like, "They don't. They've never asked me to go. And this one day, they asked me to go." I said, "They asked you?" They said, "They asked. They didn't demand." They said, "Can you come with us, Mom?" I'm like, "Oh my God, they asked you. So go." She's like, I'm here." "So what are you guys doing at the gym?" She said, "They're standing here waiting for me to tell them how to work out." I'm like, "Really?" Folks, just from the experience alone of transforming your own body, how would that affect the people around you as they see you become healthier, stronger, more vibrant, more fit, more amazing, more confident? And we all know this isn't just some fluff. Like, this is real deal stuff, right? No magic pills here. So in short, if you ever wonder for yourself, could this really work? Well, you got 2 examples in front of you so far. 3. Irina's just not here because she's running her own programs now, right? If you ever wonder for yourself, can I really do it? Tony Robbins' famous saying, everyone overestimates what they can do in a year, and they rarely focus on what they can do in a decade. In the fitness world, most people overthink what they can do in a month, but they underestimate how amazing they can transform in a year. A year is coming. The question is, where are you going to be in 12 months' time? And we want to believe that when you show up here 3, 6, 9, 12 months later, we want to see you look younger because you deserve it. I am so happy to see Melissa show up here and just show it off. She's like, pow, pow, pow. I'm like, damn, woman. She does what Helen does. It's like a trend now. You know what? I want to see this whole room in 3, 6, 9, 12 months. Break my screen, ladies. Break it. Like, I want to see pow. I want to see a pals all day. That excites me because it's like, who's doing this these days? Like, as a group, we see J-Lo do it once in a while. We see movie stars doing it. We see like that 73-year-old lady that was like, she's still a bodybuilder at 73. Like, it's like next level, right? I believe that this community right now is creating a new trend. And that trend is that we're all in this place now where every single one of you can show the world, show your family, show your friends, show yourself that this disbelief that once you hit a certain age, that's it. It's all downhill. That's baloney now. It is. It's baloney if you know how to manage and your macros. It's baloney if you know how to follow these steps. Once you follow these steps, the game changes. And in my opinion, you win. Miss Helen.
Thank you so much, Coach Alan. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that one of the most, the one challenge that most women have is they are exercising, but it's just not the exercise that needs to get them the results. Flat tummy and nicer glutes. So many women tells me, I am exercise. I'm walking 2-3 hours a day. How come I'm still not looking the way I want to? So maybe perhaps you can share in this.
I put myself on mute. Sorry. Yeah.
And so many women want to know if that is enough to get what they want.
Got it. Okay, so the question was, how come when it comes to getting a flat tummy, I'm not getting it, but I'm working out?
Maybe perhaps I'll share a little bit my own experience, what I discovered along my journey when I first started. Ladies, before I started weightlifting, which I thought it was only for men. I didn't want to get bulky. Many of you don't want to get bulky. But what I found was you don't get bulky by lifting weight unless you take illegal drugs or doing way too much. For us women, honestly, from these 2 years, I wanted to be able to look bigger. But building muscle takes time. It is hard. Losing the body weight, losing body fat is easy, but building that muscle takes a lot of work. So if you assume that if you go to the gym, you're going to look like those bulky men, you are not going to, right? So one thing I learned was you have to have muscles in your body to look lean. And muscles in your body, not just to look lean, but the ability to burn more calories. Muscles are like engines in your car. The bigger the engine, the more calories you burn. So if you burn all your calories throughout the day, then you don't have those calories to store in your body as fat. And the good thing is, when you have more muscles, when you do resistant exercise to build those muscles, there's a saying, you can actually burn calories while you're sitting on your couch. And that's what happened. They mean the more muscles you have, your body, your metabolism increase. People say, well, I do cardio. You do burn calories while you do cardio, but that's only the hours you are there. But after that, you don't. But you have more muscles. You burn calories throughout 24 hours, even while you're asleep. All right. So that's one thing I learned is you have to have muscles, and muscles need protein and need recovery. And people go to the gym actually to build muscles, because Coach Ellen said so often here, Helen, you just need to go to the gym. The moments I was in the gym is really grinding, it's painful, because while you're pushing hard, it's brutal. But however, it's only temporary, right? And then once you have the muscles, you can have it for the not long term, but you have to maintain it. When you have muscles, you have more control. For me, what I discovered was my back pain was gone. I didn't have a lot of.
Yeah.
I have 3 children. Remember, I have 3 children. I gained 55 pounds when I was pregnant with them, each and every one 55 pounds. Some of you already know my story. I didn't eat the first 3 months. You know, some of the women know when you have morning sickness. But when I started eating, I just eat like there was no tomorrow. But then I managed to lose the weight after the kids. But then later on, I didn't. When I was reaching 50, it was a little bit more difficult. Then I learned you have to have more muscles, because we all know that as we age, we lose muscles, right? So around 50, when I started with Ellen, was more focused on building more muscles and then reducing body fat. And that's the trick. So what I want to share with you is, if you have never stepped into a gym or do any kind of resistant exercise, body weight at home, right now, COVID, you can go to the gym, you can do that at home. I went in, I want results fast. I'm impatient. I say, Ellen, if you can get me there fast. I don't want to wait for a year. So I put everything, just do it. I was willing to give up many things, because I am just that kind of person. If somebody's going to help me get there fast, because time is, for me, is money. Right? Why wait so long? I'm sort of all-in person. But some people want to take longer, and that's fine too. We all have our pace. That's fine, right? Whatever you wanted to do, is you will get the results. But some people want to, they're faster, right? Like Melissa. She didn't come to us for training. We just give her advice because she shows so much interest and commitment, and she did everything on herself. But she is still very consistent, an hour a day on her Facebook Live.
Yeah, on her own. She shows off her workouts, ladies. It's impressive.
Yes. So her effort is there, consistency, right? So we also have other ladies who work with us, but their effort is half, sometimes not even half. So she gets really a little result. So you see the difference, right? The journey is yours, and it's all up to you how you want to take there. I always say, you want to go from one end of the tunnel to another one. The tunnel is dark. You either go there, walk it yourself, take time and do all the research, or you want somebody to guide you, hold your hand. Even when we hold your hand, you have to be prepared. You have to be willing to walk fast. If you want to walk slow, we'll walk slow with you. If you want to walk fast, we'll walk fast with you. But we walk there. We cross the tunnel before you start, right? It's going to take time. If you do it by yourself, you might fall. If you don't have somebody with you, it's okay. But some people are okay with that. So that's why we're here, is to help you get there faster if you choose. And if you want us to guide you, but you have to be prepared 90% of the time. You have to be strong. Okay, hold me. I'm going to walk fast. I'm ready. I am all dressed. Like going into the tunnel, there will be walks. You have to prepare with, tough shoes, right? Drink enough water, hydrate it, because the journey will be tough, but you have somebody guide you, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you. With any journey that you already walk at this stage in your life, 50, you have walked many journeys already. The process is the same. Your body is the same. Take it seriously. And I believe that your body is probably one of the most precious asset you will ever own. Not your house, not your jewelry, not your shoes, not your car.
Right, 100%. Ladies, you know what? She hit it nail right in the head. I think our bodies are the only thing that we can take with us until the day we die. Pretty much, right? That's it. So we got to take care of these things, because when we take care of our bodies take care of us. So let's wrap up this section real quick, and then we're going to close off with just some added features that you can use, because some of you have asked, well, what do we do from here? We've got all sorts of options for you to help you, to support you. No joke. You're going to love what we're about to show you after. So let me just recap the workout section so you can use it for yourself, okay? Just like what Helen was explaining, consistency is key. Melissa shows it, Helen shows it, Irina shows it, and now it's your turn too. When it comes to working out, you can call it fitness, workout, exercise, call it whatever you want, whatever you like. But as a beginner, this is how we want to start, okay? Your average time span should be about 20 minutes or more. For people like Melissa, she does a lot more. If you're already training, do more, that's fine. But if we're talking bare minimum, you need an average of 20 minutes a day. You're going to need to incorporate that into your life simply at home. You don't have to drive anywhere. You don't have to buy expensive gym passes, none of that. Do it at home, okay? An average of 5 to 6 days a week. And we do that because anything worth having is worth doing consistently, right? 5 to 6 days a week should be your average. Your target goal within that 20 minutes of time is to hit 100 of whatever you want to focus on. So if you want tighter abs, learn by going on Google, type in best home ab exercises. And then whatever you see, do that for 100 times. Oh God, I'm tired after 15. Take a 5-second break and go right back in it. Oh, I'm tired after 25. Take a 10-second break. It doesn't matter, ladies, how much you fall. Helen hears me say this all the time. I don't care how much you fall. The question is, are you willing to get back up? Because when you see the Melissas of the world and the Helens of the world, and you start seeing more women like them show up, it's only because every time they fell, and they didn't really fall, they just took a break. They just got back up, right? That's all it takes in the beginning. Now, to make sure that you're doing this effectively, because that is simple. Like, I swear to God, 100 reps of anything, even broken up several times, I doubt would even take you 5 minutes. It's fast. It's super fast. So to make sure that you're doing this effectively, you've got to move and to make sure that your heart rate is about 120 beats per minute. 120 beats per minute, if you have a heart rate monitor, perfect. You'll know exactly where you're at. If you don't, then all you have to do is this. Touch your pulse, touch your heart, touch your wrist, touch the back of your head. Any of those contact points, one of two things will happen. Either A, you're gonna start to feel a little light sweat in the back of your neck. Most people tend to sweat there when they're at 120 beats per minute. Or if you're not feeling it, just check your pulse. If it's going pop, 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 but it's not like boom, 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 boom. You don't want that, okay? If it gets too high, you're burning muscle. If you're just getting that consistency in your heart rate that's just a little higher than normal, chances are you're hitting 120 beats per minute, okay? And again, I didn't talk about what kind of workouts because you can get that anywhere. You can go all over the internet. Everybody's trying to be a fitness influencer these days. Every 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old. Is there a shortage of workouts out there? No. Is there a shortage of how to do it effectively for you, for your body type, for how to begin? Yeah. And that's what this is for. Okay? Real quick, if everybody has a note of this, just give me a thumbs up, or if everybody's familiar with this, give me a thumbs up, just in case I wipe this down. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here is what we're going to do to close off, ladies, because I got to tell you, this has been so much fun. It's always fun. It's always fun when Melissa shows up here and she's like showing off her nice biceps, and I swear to God, you look leaner. Like she isn't just sitting there. Like, ladies, are you seeing her? Let me just put her. No, go back in that pose for a second. Go back. She wasn't even trying. That was the crazy part. Yeah, just sit your little tiny bum down for a second and cross your arms like how you were earlier. Okay, never mind. Just get back up. There you go. Just show it all off. Yeah, what's interesting about this lady is every time I see her when she shows up to the challenges, she gets leaner. Like you look leaner. Okay, I'm gonna stop that now because everyone's like, okay, we get it, Alan, we get it. Okay, fine, she's leaner, great. But that's amazing. That is amazing. I used to show off Helen all the time, and I still do. But now to see Melissa as well, and Helen as well, and some of the other ladies that are here, oh my God, we want you to stand up here soon and do exactly what Melissa just did, literally. Okay, what's in store for them is now in store for you, no joke. And all you got to do is just follow their footsteps. So to follow their footsteps, ladies, we've got several options that we want to close off with, right? And as promised, there was nothing here for these 3 days to buy. Notice, we never asked for a credit card. We never said, here, you got to pay this. These 3 days, we've got them recorded on video. We've already posted the first one in your group. We're going to post the next 2 over the next 2 days. So if all you want are those 3 days where you can just review them for yourself, use them for yourself, please have them, keep them, chop them up, put them into a folder, write it out for yourself, whatever you want, they're yours. They are all yours. The principles alone will get you to the next couple of steps in your fitness life, in your transformation career, if you want to call it that. But for some of you have said, well, hey, you know what? I could use a little more advice. And out of respect, for your time, I'm going to go through this quickly because I want you to know we don't want you to leave. We would love to have you stay with us. And we know that everybody has a different level of support. This is really what it's about, right? Like we want to take the guesswork out of your life. We don't want you to sit there and do something and be like, does this work? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? I don't know if I'm doing it right. Let me check YouTube. Oh my God, she's doing it this way. She's doing it that way. I don't know what the hell she's doing, but it looks like it works for her. Which one am I supposed to do? We don't want that because guessing prolongs success. Guessing will always prolong your success. Why wait, right? So instead of waiting, here's what we're going to do. We have several options for you that you can take, and we're going to start with your free option. Why free option? Because you know what? We don't want your money. I don't even know how else to say it. Let me say this very clearly, okay? Because not everybody. Helen, can you see the white screen? Can you see my yeah? Okay, good. Let me say this real quick. Okay. Well, let me throw in the thank you and some of Helen's model poses there. Yeah. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Let me say this real quick. When it comes to our information, we don't want a dime from you. We don't. We have a private group that is for the ladies only. Minus me, because since the last time I checked, I'm not a lady, but I'm the one that gives her all the advice, and I'm going to give you the advice as well, right? So if you are that kind of person that just needs advice here and there, we've got a private group for you. And when it's information, you never have to pay us. You don't. We'll give you our best tips. Every time we learn something new, we will go into that group and be like, hey, we just found out about this. We have tested it. We've got multiple people that have tried it. It works better than our last thing. Here, have it. We are that kind of group. We are. And you're going to find that out if you haven't already, because you're going to take part in our private group that's for free. So your options are this. Let me count this down. There we go. Okay. Do you see the three? Helen, give me a thumbs up if you see the three options. Yeah, okay, cool. So right now what we have is access. Here's number one. It's free content. We call it free content. And basically it's a Facebook group that is dedicated to you. That's dedicated to your progress, to your results, to your ability to get whatever it is that you want out of your body. You get to interact with us. You get to ask us questions, show off your results, show off your problems. Just let us know. This is something you don't have to pay for. And again, our best advice is shared when you ask. So all you have to do is ask, okay? We won't just go in there and just throw in tips. We do sometimes, but most people tend to use groups like it's just a share, and that's good. But we also want you to ask the problems, because we'll go in there and share what solutions we have for you, okay? So if all you want is just a little bit of content here and there, join in, jump in, we'll send you a link, that's totally free. The other two are based on if you actually need us, like they're with you. Now let me break this down. Helen, do you see the top of the screen where your logo's at? Okay, cool, just double checking. So what we normally do, let me just share the contrast, okay, real quick. What we normally do is we train one-to-one or semi-private group. And normally what we charge is $120 per hour. That's if you meet us there, okay? Different from if you don't meet us, but you're like, hey, Helen, how do I do this? Oh, let's make you a video. Video, upload, done. There's no payment for that. But if you actually meet us there with you, most of our clients usually charge, we usually charge 120 to 180. It's 120 an hour. So 1.5 hours would be 180 bucks, right? Usually with our private groups or private members, we didn't before, but we're doing it now. We also include a manual. So the manual will be a guide for you to use on your own. So if you get lost, just like a how-to book, like a recipe book for building really nice abs, for building a beautiful set of glutes, for toning up your body the way you want to, you're gonna have access to your own manual. It'll be PDF form, so you can just download it, print it, use it for yourself, okay? Normally, that price, put it together, is $219. And if we were to do this every month, it would be $219 a month. If you were to stay and train with us for 12 months, that's where this price point would come up, $2,639 a year. That's how much it would cost if we were to be with you. So again, this is not just recorded videos, this is live, but different from here, because right now it's just me talking and then we open up, right? In the trainings, we usually will have a section where it's just me talking, but then we have to open it up for live Q&A. Like, different from here, we need your feedback more. Because if we're working together, it's all about you, specifically you, not you and like 30 others of you, but just you, right? So that, if you put it all together in a year, that normally would cost $2,639 a year. If we were to work together one time per month. So again, that's a 1.5 hour explanation like this call, but much more detailed, much more deep dive. Like, I need to tighten my abs. How do I do that? We build the manual, we turn this on, we walk you through the steps, and then we open up for Q&A, right? That kind of protocol is what you're looking at here on the screen. However, I'm gonna take a second here real quick because I'm actually nervous. Let me tell you why. I'm nervous because we've never made it this inexpensive before. Like I was, Helen's gonna choke me because we had to get this together soon. I didn't even run this by her. I can hear it now. She's going to call me on my phone, somehow magically reach her hands through the phone and start to choke and wring my neck. Thankfully, I have a thick neck, so she can't get her hands all the way around my neck, but she's definitely going to try, because when you see how much we have knocked off from this, it's literally like, it's like taking us out for a sandwich. I don't even know how to say this. Oh, okay. Okay, let me take a breath. Okay, I'm not kidding. We have never in the history of doing this, building these programs, we've never made this inexpensive before. But you know what? COVID's hit a lot of people. Let me say this real quick. COVID has hurt a lot of people, either personally, financially, physically, you name it. And all we really want to do is we want to figure out a way to support you while we still have an ability to literally keep the lights on. Like, we have employees that work for us, and we're not even thinking about ourselves. We're just making sure the employees are paid. We're making sure that these websites are paid for. That's really the bulk of it all. You know, at this stage, that's really all we care about. So here's what we did. Until March 3rd, so you've got some time to think about it for yourself, okay? What we're doing is we've created two options. Private group, one time per month. Helen and I jump in, we go live. We deep dive with you on whatever subject you want to talk about. So right now, the group doesn't even have content. The group is going to be filled of the content you tell us you want to focus on. Alan, I want a nice butt. How do I do it? Okay, we're going to build you the manual for that. Alan, I'm an ectomorph who's never been in the gym before. I'm 49, I'm about to turn 50, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. How do I do that? Okay, we're going to build the manual for you. And Alan, I've been doing this for 20 years of my life. I have my body perfectly in shape, except for this, this, and this. How do I do it? Okay, we're going to build that just for you in this private group. This is for a 1-year time. One time a month, we go in, we teach you everything you want to know. You have a manual for yourself. Normally that's $219 a month. We've broken that down. And from today until Wednesday, you would get access to this group, this private access group with us. I still got to laugh. I'm like, wow, we've never done this before. $49 a month, the cost of going out for lunch, you, me, and Helen. It's like us helping you create your beautiful body, and you say, hey, this is great. I look gorgeous. Let me take you out for lunch. Cool. That's literally it. Okay, Alan, cut that out, man. So you look at $49 a month. The original price for this was over $2,000. We've dropped it. $49 a month, you're looking at $599 per year when you total the whole thing up at $49 a month, right? Now, we've gone even a step further because some people don't like monthlies, and that's perfectly fine. If you prefer to just pay it all up front for yourself, then we've taken another chunk off, which still allows us to keep the lights on, still allows us to pay our employees, and everybody's happy. You're going to save well over $2,000 for this training, where you get to talk to us. You get us exclusively to you and a handful of ladies. This is not open to like 2,000 people. This is not going to be that kind of group. We'll have maybe 10, 20, maybe 30 in there, maybe. We don't even know. Not going to be much though. And it's all ladies. It's all you. Take that one time. And what you're looking at is, instead of $2,600, you're looking at $450 for the year. Canadian. Let me just make that really clear. Canadian, one time. Now, these are nice options, but let me tell you who should not get this, okay? Who should not, like big N-O-T, not. Because as I've always said since the beginning, I respect your time. I respect your investment on yourself and in your time in being here. So if you are that kind of person who doesn't need a lot of help, don't do this. Don't take these options. Jump into the free group. If you're that kind of person that says, oh, you know what? I kind of want to do this, but I don't really, don't touch it. Don't save your money. Seriously, save your money. Go to our free group. Hang out there. if you're the kind of person that says, I like doing things my way, which again, I respect. Like I'm not your boss and I'm not your mother. So I'm not here to tell you what to do, right? That's not me. If that's you, don't jump into these options. Take the free group. The people who are going to take these options are the ones who say this to themselves. I'm ready for change and I want to do it faster. I want to do it faster, but I want to know I'm doing it right. And when I make a mistake, I want to be able to lean on someone, call someone, talk to somebody, because I just need them to show me, how do I do this better now? So I don't have to do trial by error, possibly injure myself, possibly take 4, 5, 6 months to do this, when I can just pick their brains and I get it in a day. This is really about jumping into a time machine and literally taking your own 2-3 years of your own effort and condensing that into 9, 7, 8, 6 months. This is time warping your results in hyper speed. So by the end of this year, you can look at your before, you can look at your after, just like Melissa, and have Melissa type, Helen Fong type results, not in 2022, here starting now in 2021. And now it's been fully made available to you in a way that's what we consider to be impeccably affordable. Because this really isn't an investment on us, ladies. Like, you're using us, but this is an investment on yourself to get you from where you are to where you want to go with less headache, less stress, going laser focused, and having 2 people that have gone really, really bad in their beginnings to getting some really, really, really good, amazing results. So I'm gonna close off here by just leaving this. We're gonna leave this link in the group and here in the chat. All you gotta do is take a look at it. You choose. You got a free option. Let's go if that's all you want. You've got a low price point, $49 a month. Let's go if you're that kind of person. Or if you hate monthlies and you want to save the extra $150, let's go. It's right here. You get 3 options for yourself. At the end of the day, ladies, we are here literally to serve you, to open up everything we have in our brains and our experiences, and to help you get that amazing transformation that you deserve, that you've been waiting for, that you no longer have to go and just hope or Google or bug 20, 30 people hoping they'll tell you, and then they give you the wrong advice. Like, no. Everything we've got. When I say everything, I mean, like, this board, if I had 10 hours in a day, you could not shut me up, because everything I've got in here, I would almost throw it up on you, but it would be like your gold. Like, we're putting some fitness people to shame right now. And again, I say that respectfully, because some people are looking at us going, dude, what the F? I'm charging $2,000 for my course and you're giving this stuff away for free. What the hell are you doing? You're gonna put me out of business. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I don't mean it. That's not the intention. But the ladies need some help and they don't always got $2,000. You know what I mean? Like, we're not, Helen has always been that person to look at me and she's like, okay, well, how do we get this to them? How do we make it more affordable? How do we make it free? How do we make it in a way where it doesn't break the bank? Like, let's go. Let's make this happen for them. I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. She was like, yeah, of course I'm right. Let's go. Let's make it. That is who we've always been. And now you got a chance to take what we've got, use it for you, excel, and blow the minds out of the people that are around you. Not even that, but just to have the ability to motivate, to inspire, to take anybody who's looking at you and going, my God, I don't even know if I can do this for myself. And then to watch you change, oh my God, everybody around you ends up benefiting when you get yourself to that place of, it was a dream. All of a sudden it's like, no, it's not a dream. This beautiful body is your reality. Whew. This has been an amazing, amazing chat. Ladies, we're still gonna leave that group open for you. We're still available to talk. This offer is gonna be open until Wednesday night, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So there's no rush. Take your time, think about it, ask us questions. And again, like at this point, you know what your options are. You know what you wanna do. So whatever it is that you decide, I want you to know, we appreciate you. We applaud you for spending this time, investing this time with us. We can't wait to either in person or virtually lift up your hand like a Toned at 50 champ and show the world what you can really do. Show your friends, show your family, show yourself what you can really bring out of your body, your results. Not next year, not 6 months from today, but starting right here in this moment right now, because you're not alone. We are here with you. Miss Helen.
Thank you, Ellen. Thank you. There was one question from Cindy asked, what kind of program did I take with you?
the Arnold Schwarzenegger, let's go crazy. I told her you need 6 months, and she said, no, 90 days. I don't have that kind of time. Kind of plan. Yeah. It sounds crazy, but folks, she was on a mission. Her decision to go up on stage was a year in the mental boiling room. It was me dripping over her, hey, you know what? This is something you can do. And it was rejection after rejection, rightfully so. It wasn't her time. Until one day she said, okay, I must. And it was fast for her because there was a level of drive inside of her being that I hadn't seen in years. She had something to prove. And that's fine. But that fire in her pushed her over the edge. Like, we're talking like 2 to 3 hours a day, lifting weights that most men had a hard time competing with. She, like most of you, are very powerful, more so in the legs. Or as guys, most of us are more powerful upper body, right? She was doing leg presses. This is one video, we'll find it. There's a leg, talk about 100. In closing off, this lady, I looked at her in the face and I said, you have to leg press me. She said, are you out of your mind? I said, no, I don't touch drugs. I'm not on crack. Haven't had alcohol in like 8 years. I think I'm good. She's like, I can't do it. I said, yes, you can. I can't do it. Yes, you can. You're going to do it. You're going to do it right now. She said, okay, that's fine. I jumped on the machine. She leg pressed me 100 times. I'm counting this out in the middle of the gym. She has a face that looks kind of prunish because it's like this, but she's pushing, and she finishes that 100 in about 5 minutes. I was 205 pounds at the time. She was 115. If you told her a year before that she would become that powerful, she would have laughed in your face and mine. Why am I sharing that? Because her reality is yours too. You just haven't gotten it yet, but you're on your way there.
Yes. Thank you so much. For some of you haven't have a chance to hear my story. Part of it was to prove to myself when I got into the fitness journey. The result got me feeling more confident about myself, give me more power as a mom, as a 50 years old woman. I was in that point in my life that I feel lost. And it is not the body that you will get, is how you feel when you achieve that body. What does it make you feel? You can get any body. But I feel confident. I feel more powerful. I couldn't before. I didn't have much respect for myself. I actually didn't know I have a low esteem. I didn't like myself too much. But now, so many of you saw me on Tony Robbins, I'm happier. But it takes time to build that from the inside out. When I said, there's no magic pill, you need a great attitude. The whole time when I came in to work with Ellen, he didn't have to work just my body. He showed me how to change my mind. So that it was the biggest shift. When you have that kind of power, you can do anything. Because I also noticed being so happy when I struggle and then move to another side. That feeling, that power I want to give to you. I wanted to share with you, lady, if you're not happy, here is what you have to do to get there. And I knew I couldn't do it. I need a team. So I begged Ellen, let's do this together. Excuse me.
Okay, you know what? If anything, we're going to close off real quick, Helen, because I know that it's Sunday and we promised to keep this time short. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to close off with my fat photo because I promised all of you yesterday that you're going to see my humble beginning. And I waited till now because I'm still embarrassed about it. I look at it and I'm like, who the hell was this guy? Like, I'm just going to show this real quick. Okay. You're going to get a snapshot of my early beginning. Kapow. Look at that. Look at this guy. Look at those flabby. I see the looks on your faces. You're like, If I saw that guy walking down the street, that's what I'm talking about right there. No, absolutely not. But that was me, 240 pounds, 33.7, close to 35% body fat. I just said 35 all the time. It was bad. It was bad. And last photo, because I promised to show it. I will post most of these in the group, ladies. First 4 months, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So of course I screwed it up like crazy. But after I figured it out, I learned to listen to my coaches. I took their advice. I really started to make change. And this is what I started producing. It took me 8 months to get here, but this was me after 8 months. Hopefully you guys can see that. This was not 20 minutes a day. I started with 20 minutes like all of you. I started doing my 100 reps just like all of you. But I really started to learn how to love the process, because when my macros were accurate, oh boy, when your macros are on point, the change starts to happen faster than your brain can comprehend. That was me. People used to say to me during that shift, they're like, Alan, you look so good. But I still had the overweight, chubby boy brain. So I literally used to think, like, what are you talking about? Really? And I had to take my own photos, look at them and be like, oh, so this is what they're seeing. Okay, I get it now. I actually didn't see my own progress, like really appreciate it until I saw my own photos. That's why taking photos is so important. You're gonna learn that later on. And in closing, the last photo, as all of you asked to see, was when I competed. And this was the last, here, I'll show this and we're done for the day, ladies. Check this out. This was me in 2013. I'm on a national stage. All those guys and the guys behind, they all came from different parts of Canada and the United States. It was my first competition. There's me over here on the right. It was my first time going up. I placed top 5 in all of Canada, which was remarkable for me because I didn't think that was going to happen. I was literally one of those guys. I was like, I don't know. Can this really happen? I don't know. And I competed with 800 other contestants. It was the first virtual level 1, like entry level competition, which then they picked the top 5, and then we all had to fly out to Florida at the time, which is where this was at. And that's where we all met. Now, I did not win. Okay, I did not get first place. I did not get the magazine cover. I did not get the $100,000 contract. That's what I was aiming for. But when you look at my humble beginnings of being like the ex-fat kid, I'm just gonna call myself the fat kid, that's what I was. If you told the fat kid back then, like, this is your future, I would have laughed too. And this is why we're so committed, ladies, because it started for me in 2013. It then pondered on over to Helen in 2019, to Melissa in 2020. And now we're passing on this torch of success, what we call the body transformation success. We are now passing it on to you. So in closing, ladies, you know what you got to do. Pick your spots, whatever you want. We're available. We're here to support you. Any questions that you have, leave it in the chat group. I'm sorry, in the Facebook group. But again, we want to close off by saying thank you so much for being here, for participating. It's been such an amazing Sunday. And I know Helen wants to say goodbye to all of you as well for today. It's so sad. It's our last 3 days together.
It's one question. Someone want to train for a week, once a week. Was it right?
It's what the details are on the site. I'll forward it in there. It's basically one time a month where we take the topics of what you want to discuss, how you want to transform. And it's anything. My whole body, how do I do it? My arms, how do I do it? My abs and my butt, how do I do it? I don't have equipment. I've only got home stuff. How do I do it? We then go into the group one time a month. We run the call live, but it's interactive, right? For an hour and a half, because it actually takes that long to go from A to Z. We then give you a Toned at 50 training manual that you follow. and then you take that month to work it with not live, but interactive Q&A. So inside the group, if you run into a problem, you type it. Give us 72 hours, we respond. You're not sure with what we wrote, make us a video. We'll make you back a video, okay? The live will be once a month, but the interactive will be twice a week. So that way you can just go and run with what we teach you and get Melissa or Helen type results, okay?
Before we go, we have to announce the winner.
Oh, you got a winner.
Body scale.
Winner,
That
winner,
was one of the best tools for anyone to start. Just really understand where you are right now, because majority of the ladies don't have without the scale, it's hard to know your body fat, right? So, should we announce it now?
Well, hell yeah. Drum roll, please.
Well, I wanted to announce to this individual who showed up 3 days, had her video on, and play photo. And it was a very last minute for her to join us too. And I really appreciate her here. And I know, it's just a small price. And for you, anyone to have is a great investment. But this is just to show my appreciation to just have you believe in us. All right, so I am going to announce. You guys are all great. So, but there's only just
everybody here is winning.
Yeah, deserve one.
Being here alone, yeah, you're all champs. You'd be watching Netflix all day, but you chose to learn how to transform your body here. That makes you a champ. No joke.
Right. It's just a small little gadget that anybody can just get it from it. But we'll
tell them, woman. Tell them.
It was the last minute, so I would like to give it to Kathleen Hartman, because she every time on Zoom, like the beginning, it was the last minute. It was like she literally saw me on Facebook. She go, "I'm all in," and
awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations, Kathleen. Excellent. You two will get together over Facebook. Just share your where she got to send it to.
Yes.
And then just give it a couple of weeks, give or take, and it should be in your mailbox soon. Congratulations, Kathleen.
It's a small little thing for just to show
awesome.
how much we appreciate you all here.
Yeah,
and
all of you.
Again, anytime you have questions, some of you we might not see, but give information we give you and use it. But you can always come back into the Facebook group or private message us if you have questions. Right, the programs are because we have to come out live once a week or twice a week. We're going to charge a little bit for that program, but we are here to want you to succeed. And Alan, I brought him into the program because I really wanted to help women to feel good about themselves at this stage in their life. And there's no one to bring forward with me and Alan. As all,
I agree.
You can all see how great it was the last 3 days. All right. So
awesome. Ladies, thank you again for being here.
With us, just let us know.
Yeah, leave it in the group. We're going to leave that group open until Wednesday, and then we're going to transition a lot of you over who want to be part of our bigger group as well. So there's an even bigger community of ladies that you can share, interact, ask questions with. The group's getting big, and it's full of amazing ladies just like each and every single one of you. So in closing, again, thank you so much for being here. We value your time. We appreciate you. We can't wait. We really can't wait until you start having the kind of success that Melissa and Helen and Irina and so many Ivy that's been here so many times. Like there's so many ladies that are coming aboard, and now it's your turn to have that amazing body. Start today. Let us know your details. Let us know your challenges. We'll be there for you. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you very soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Cindy, thank you for being here. Melissa, Kathleen, congratulations again. Gita, you're awesome. And you're alive. Good. While you were driving, you had me worried, but you're good. Thank God. Maria, thank you for being here. Julie, awesome. Always here to support. We love you and appreciate you. Doris as well. Thank you. Stephanie, thank you so much for being here. Have a good day, ladies. We'll talk to you all very soon.